Good morning, I'm Elton Robinson with your October 23rd grain and soybean update. U.S. corn harvest continues to roll at a fast pace according to crop progress reports for the week ending October 18th. Almost 60% of the crop has been gathered, with most of the Corn Belt states past at the halfway point. A little over 3/4 of the nation's soybean crop is in the bins, which is about 9 percentage points ahead of last year. 61% of the grain sorghum crop has been harvested across 11 major producing states, which is also 9 percentage points ahead of last year at this time. Peanut harvest is 45% complete, which is behind last year's pace, while rice harvest is wrapping up in 6 major producing states. Winter wheat plantings are moving along nicely, with 3/4 of the crop in the ground. Half of the crop has now emerged. Producers in areas affected by Hurricane Joaquin are starting to assess damage as fields dry out and harvest resumes. In several areas of South Carolina, cotton and peanuts will likely suffer grade reductions. As of the week ending October 18th, only 22% of South Carolina's soybean crop was listed in good to excellent condition. In Mississippi's Coahoma and Quitman counties, Extension Agent Don Respis says, "Harvest of all crops should be completed in the next few days. We are extremely dry. Most of the county has not received any appreciable rainfall in over 2 months." In California, El Nino conditions have led to heavy rains in the state, but it probably did nothing to offset the long-term drought, although it may have aided in the suppression of wildfires, as September and October are the biggest months for fires in California. For a brief look at prices, from Monday, October 12th to Wednesday, October 21st, corn futures remained steady from the low to mid 380s, while soybeans rose 17 cents a bushel to 905 1/4. CBOT wheat futures fell 12 cents during that time to 494 3/4. Cash prices reported in the Wall Street Journal as of Wednesday, October 21st are corn 364 1/2, grain sorghum $8 1/2 cent, and soybeans $8.85 1/2 cent. Now for a summary of U.S. exports released yesterday by USDA for the week ending October 15th. Wheat exports of 212,000 metric tons were down 43% from the previous week and 60% from the prior 4-week average. Destinations included the Philippines and Taiwan. Corn exports of 410,000 metric tons were down 33% from the previous week and 39% from the prior 4-week average, with Mexico importing over half the total. Grain sorghum exports of 260,000 metric tons were up 1% from the previous week, but down 2% from the prior 4-week average, with the lion's share going to China. Rice exports of 61,000 metric tons were down 16% from the previous week and 18% from the prior 4-week average. Japan, Mexico, and South Korea were among the customers. Soybean exports of a whopping 2.33 million metric tons was a marketing year high, up 49% from the previous week and up noticeably from the prior 4-week average. China took a little over 1.8 million metric tons, while Mexico took a little over 200,000 metric tons. Soybean meal exports were 130,000 metric tons, with Thailand and Mexico as primary customers, while soybean oil exports of 23,000 metric tons went to Venezuela, United Arab Emirates, Mexico, and Jamaica. Beef exports of 12,300 metric tons were up 5% from the previous week and 6% from the prior 4-week average, while pork exports of 17,600 metric tons were down 2% from the previous week. Well, that's it for this week's report. I'm Elton Robinson. See you next week.